Hey everyone, welcome to Mondays with Mary. I just received the August Combo Club from Tailored Expressions, and we're going to have a play with that today. If you have watched any of the other videos, the Combo Club is a 6-month club that Tailored Expressions does. You can sign up for 3 months or you can sign up for the full 6 months, and it runs from April through September. So we're almost at the end of this one, and each year it's different. The first year was the Creating Quads. Last year I didn't participate, but it was, I think it was in a stamp and stencil. And this year it is a 3D embossing folder and layering stencil. And this month, look at how cute it is, called Postmarked. When you belong to the Combo Club, they also have what they call, I can't even think of it. It's extras. They have a name for it and I can't remember. But you can pick up additional things to go with the Combo Club. That's only available to Combo Club members. Some of it is exclusive, and then some of it will show up for general sale later on their site. This time, they had foilets, and you can get these single or you can do the bundle. And foilet to go with it. They also had a cutting plate so that you can cut out this the little postage things, and then a stamp and die. And this is one of the red rubber stamps, which you know I love. And it's got the big letter, the big word sending, and then sunshine, big thanks, paper hugs, happy mail, and birthday wishes. And this, I think, will be available later on. I don't know when. Once we get to September, it'll be over for this year. And then I think they start signing up again in February for next year. And then at that time, we'll find out what the new combo is. I did currently, now I'm stuck, hold on. I'm telling you, this mat is great. Currently, if you spend $100 or more, this is the freebie that you get, which is a great stamp set. It's a rubber one, and it's simple strips, so that there is a die that you match up the little markings, and it will cut them all into strips. But look at your my kind of crazy, reminder you're amazing, endless snacks, zero judgment, life's a mess, I brought snacks. You brighten my day, hot mess express, no breaks. You're crushing it. Sending you bear hugs. This is called friendship too, if you haven't figured that out. You're simply the best. You make the world better. That's what friends are for. You can always count on me. Slightly less dysfunctional than me. So it's a great set for free. All right, so let me get I hope this is, yep. this is bigger than 6 by 6, but it'll give us room to tape off. So we've got 4 stencils and our embossing folder. We're going to stencil first and then we're going to emboss. So they always give you some inspiration, color inspiration. Here they're using sprinkles, snow cone, honeydew melon, and green tea. Here they're using confetti cake, peaches and cream, papaya, and persimmon, which are 2 of the new colors, and honeydew is the newest color. I chose Tiki Mule and Royal Icing, which is 2 of their colors that came out last month, I believe. And then I'm going to pair those with Raspberry Sunset and Strawberry from Altenew. Stuck again. All right, so in comments, let me know whether you belong to the Combo Club. Like I said, I didn't do last year's and I regret it. But I did do the first year, and that was the Create and Quads. All right, so they are numbered on the bottom, 1 through 4. I don't know if you can see or not. They're pretty small writing. This is a little bit shorter than a 6 by 6. So I'm definitely gonna mark these edges, or these, so I can get this in the right spot. Each time. And then we're going to tape off here. And here. All right. So it looks like we've got the paper. Some flowers. All right. So let's go ahead and go in with our strawberry. And all right. Hopefully the strawberry is dark enough, and it is. So the fun thing about this is, depending on, who you're making it for, you can do more neutral colors, you can do more whatever you consider masculine colors. You can do someone's favorite color combination. or you can do monochromatic. Remember, when you're stenciling, you want to make sure you go in both directions. The other day I used one of the Create quads to do my cards I send to seniors. And it was really nice to be able to do 4 cards at a time, since I had 13 cards to send out. I just did all the first layer color and then went and did the second. So it was, all I had to do was change out the card. All right, I think that's good. And there's our first layer. And layer number 2, we're going to line those boxes up. Perfectly. And now we got more room over here to mask off. All right, so this is the tops. It's the bottom. Bottom of our envelopes. So let's go in with some royal icing. Which is the lightest of our blues. Wipe this down, make sure you don't have any of a dark color on there. I hope everybody had a good weekend. The weather here changed and we got very windy. And one day it was nice and the next day it was very cool. And I am not gonna hate on that, because I think we've got more hot coming. But who knows? Nobody told me when we moved out here to the valley that it was so windy. There's a lot of wind. And because it's country, a lot of country. It's that wind just blows the little fine dirt. So nothing stays clean. All right, now we've got the sides of the envelopes. And rainbows. That looks pretty good. Wait, maybe, all right. This one doesn't have much. There we go. And that'll work. All right, now we're gonna go in with our raspberry sunset, which is our darkest. All right. Let me know in comments what you're working on. I can't believe that August is almost over. Or at least halfway over. It's crazy. Ooh, and let me know, I'm doing the Pink Fresh event next weekend. Let me know if you're participating in that. I did contemplate that for a while because I'm not sure if it says techniques, but I don't know if they're, what skill level that they're going to be doing, but there's always something to learn, I say. Besides the fact I fell in love with the product when they did the sneak peek, so let me know if you've signed up for that or any other virtual events that are coming up. All right. That first layer is looking lighter and lighter as I add these darks. We may need to go back in and change that so it's doesn't look so light compared to everything else. Because we haven't even done the dark Tiki Mule yet. And it is getting lighter and lighter looking. All right. Good that it overlaps some of these. We'll see what color comes out. All right. I just love this tiki mule color. It is just such a pretty color. Okay, we are almost done. And then we can take a look at that strawberry color. And that's the beauty of stencils, because if one color you decide doesn't work out, then you just put that stencil right back in and change it up. All right. Oh, that's so cute. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see what the next dusty pink would look like. If we darkened it up a little bit. Well, dusty pink still isn't enough color. All right, let me see what we got. All right, blush rose is in between the raspberry sunset, which is this one here, and the dusty pink. So let's see. Oh no. No. All right. Let's go ahead with the dusty pink. It'll darken it up ever so slightly, but I think it'll be enough. So let me get stencil one back out. looks pretty good. Okay. All right, that's giving more contrast, so I'm sticking with the same color family because Altenew's inks come in families of 4, but that blush rose just didn't seem to have the right undertone, but it could just be me. Of course, this is going to be slightly different since it's going on over top of that strawberry. All right, I think we've got it all covered. Yeah, that's better. That is better. All right. All right, so there's our panel. Need to, the stencil 6x, or the embossing folder is 6x6, so we need to cut this down. All right, so let me get the embossing folder out. All right. So according to Taylor, you want to slightly bring your paper down. You don't want to line it up because as it goes through the machine, it's going to pull the paper up ever so slightly. So we want to just bring it down ever so slightly. So I'm just making sure that it's lined up left to right. And then just bringing it down just a hair. I think that'll do. This one's not easy. All right. Well, I can guarantee you that if it's off ever so slightly, the person you're giving it to is not going to even notice. So we'll go with this. I think my paper is crooked. Hold on. All right, that looks better. All right, I'm going to run it through the machine and we'll see what we got. All right, well, I ran it through twice and I think that was a mistake because it really pulled it up and out of alignment. Whoops. Ugh, I've just made a mess. Yeah. It really pulled it up. So make sure, here's your lesson. Make sure that you have the right sandwich so that you don't have to run it through twice, because when you run it through twice, this is what's going to end up happening. Is it pulled it up, it got a nice emboss on it, but it pulled it up way too much. So, and I used the brand new Grand Marquis that I got. I should have put, I put it through by itself and it wasn't enough. So then I put it through and I didn't adjust it. I put it through with a cardstock shim and it was perfect depth-wise. But it definitely shifted up way too much. But like I said, I don't know that anybody's gonna super notice, but I make the mistakes so you don't have to. So anyway, I love the colors and I love the I love this one. And I bet you anything this plate that cuts does not cut the whole thing off. And I'm wondering if I use it to cut these individually, yeah, it's going to take care of that problem. It's going to make it look so much better. So So there you have it. All right, so now we know. Put it through once, only once. Or at least I probably should have tried to shift it again. But I don't think that it would have worked. I think it's a one shot. But it will be able to be saved if I cut these out. So let's give that a try and see if that helps. And then we'll go from there. All right. Let me move this because everything's sticking to it, which is why they call it a sticky mat. All right, let's give this a go and see what happens. Can't get any worse. All right. Let me get rid of this before we get ink all over. And let's see what happens. All right. That one didn't want to cut out because they're still damp. All right. Yeah, see, so it looks better cut. And they are cute. All right, so I'm going to have to recut these. I'm going to let this dry a little bit more, and then I'll go back in and cut it. So, all right, so that is it. Where's my... All right. Combo Club Postmarked. It is very cute. Very clever of them. So, all right, so that's it for this time. Let me know, like I said, in comments, if you got this one. What colors you used, if you've used it. I think I'm going to do it again in monochromatic and see what it looks like. Though, then this would still be like the old airmail envelopes used to be. So it would just be same color. So, All right. That's it for today. I appreciate you watching. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can hit that subscribe button and the bell. If you hit that, will send you a notification every time there's a new video to watch. Also, the thumbs up is the like button. It's the only way that YouTube knows if you like a video. So that's an important one. And then the sharing button. You can share easily with one click. Sharing is caring. So, all right. So that's it for today. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.